and our topic of podcast is evolutions of hydroponic. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. So first of all, welcome to this podcast.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay. So Benjamin, can you share some inspiring journey starting from picking kiwis in France to becoming the operation manager in Biogrow India? How do you experiences shape your passion for sustainable food production? Okay, Benjamin, just before answering my question, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Benjamin Blanchard. I'm from the UK, and I am head of India for Biogrow Substrate, which is now a 9-year-old company within India.
Yeah. So
yeah, to answer the question, really, where my journey started, it was in the south of France, where, like you said, I was picking kiwis for the same company that I work for today. So the company is a growing company which has tomatoes, kiwis, strawberries, baby leaf, peaches. So it's a big grower in the south of France. So I started as a labourer and then worked up to team manager, then head grower in one of the poly houses that we have in strawberries. And then from there, the company said that they wanted somebody in Morocco. So I went to run a 75-hectare farm in Morocco. So we produced 25 hectares of cherry tomatoes and 50 hectares of muskmelon on the edge of Sahara. So that was pretty tough. We had little water, huge temperatures. And then from there, they said they wanted to set up a substrates factory in India. So I was sent to India to do that. So I've really got the extensive knowledge from all the way through for the labourers, labourer sort of work, all the way through to the management, and now substrates, which we grow on in our own glass houses. So in the south of France, it's probably around 70,000 tons of tomatoes a year, which are produced, which is huge. So you know, we have a very good background of growing, and that's what I like about the company that I work for. So that is how I got into really the horticultural work and the substrates.
Okay. So Benjamin, could you provide the overview of coco peat supply in India and its significance in horticulture industry?
Yeah, the overall, we have good production in India, same as what we do in Sri Lanka, or we now have a factory in the Philippines. We go where the husks are, so the husk is the most important part of our business. So the overall view on Indian market is good. There is some problems with that market as fluctuations in the price. We have the weather issue. Let's take 6 or 7 years ago, we had a drought season where we didn't have the monsoon. So the husks became really small. So that caused an issue on pricing and availability of raw material. So, you know, as long as we have good monsoon, which is, you know, now until December, then we should have good husks on that. It's very complicated as well because we have this year exports are at around $123 million exported from Tamil Nadu, which is a huge amount of material. So there's always a demand for it. But yeah, it is a little bit complicated.
Okay. So my next question is, what are the factors have contributed to the growth or challenges of coco peat supply in recent years? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
So,
Benjamin.
yeah, yeah. We have a few challenges, which is, blocking growth. One of them is the European market. As we know, the European market was energy crisis, which was hitting a few months ago in terms of cost of energy due to the war in Ukraine. And so a lot of people couldn't afford to even heat their houses or even eat. So they were not using cocoa peat for their flowers or buying flowers or potting mixes or anything like that. So we had a price drop due to that. And so that was quite challenging. We also have China market where a lot of the fiber is sent to China from the husk. That is then turned into a mattress for people to sleep on. And the issue that we have with China at the moment is that there's no construction, or the construction industry has slowed down. So when they're building 10,000 apartment blocks, huge places, then they'll have a Koya mattress in there. But if the housing market slows down, then obviously the fiber slows down. And if we don't have the fiber market to sell that product, then that will also have issues in the future for our cocoa peat, because if we don't have the cocoa peat, then we can't have the clients. So the two factors are very closely matched. Take for today, like pre-COVID, fiber price was around 15 rupees a kilo. Now today it's dropped down to around 4 rupees a kilo. So it's a big drop of 80% down from where it should, and that causes problems for everybody.
So how do you tackle that issue?
So we
do you
have
overcome problems? Yeah.
So what we have done in Biogrow, or India or in Sri Lanka in our factories, that we build huge stock warehouses. So I can stock around 3,000 tons of cocoa peat, which then guarantees me a little bit of security for the rainy season. We've invested in our suppliers with machines. We put a lot of time and energy into visiting all our raw material suppliers. We give advance payments to them so they can manage their cash flow. We have our own facilities producing raw material, running 24 hours a day. So it's not just one solution. We have many options to make sure that we've got enough cocoa peat. And then recently, last November, we have installed our mechanical dryer. The dryer is a German dryer. So even when it's raining, we can dry the cocoa peat from around 70 to 80% moisture down to below 20. And that gives us around 24 tons per day when we're running the dryer. So we have to guarantee the supply, because it's critical that we supply the cocoa peat, because if we don't, then our customers will have already ordered the plants and seeds. And as we know, the seeds are very expensive, and the plants from the nursery are also very expensive, but they can't wait. So we have to guarantee a delivery on time. So we have to make sure that we have the raw material available, and which is different to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that don't stock any raw material at all and only produce when it's sunny. So that's how we can guarantee our deliveries.
Okay. So as you are being involved in both local and global market, what are some of the key trends and challenges you observe in this industry, and how do you envision of the future of hydroponics?
Challenges in the potting house, is that what you're asking on that side?
Like I'm asking that, as you are both involved in local and global markets, So what are some of the key challenges that you observe in that industry, like in the global and local market? The challenges you faced there.
I think that one of the major ones for me is the quality of some products compared to our competitors. We're above quality, and we can deliver on time. The challenges is when we have somebody who's producing low quality, not delivering on time. It has a real bad name on the coir industry, and people think the coir is not good. They can't use it. The other challenge that's really based for Indian only is the knowledge on how to use the cocoa peat. That's a huge challenge, which we are trying to rectify. And on the global market, obviously the shipping issues that we've had previous years, where a container to Europe now today was maybe $700. Let's take last year, same time, it was $10,000. So the shipping became an issue. And weather issues, delays, each country has its own problems. So we have to be really careful on everything.
So Benjamin, as you know that the Biogrow India's focuses using locally sourced sustainable raw material for organic substrate is commendable, right? So could you elaborate on how this approach contribute to environmental sustainability and support to the local community?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just Biogrow in India, we probably supply jobs to around 1,200 people. That's through our suppliers and within our factory. Within our factories in India, we now have a staff level of 350 people. So the job market is really, really big. And we can also, we would need more workers and everything else, but that is it's pretty hard to get that extra 100 workforce. In terms of our suppliers, like I say, we help them with investments and knowledge within the raw material suppliers. And also we're trying to avoid, let's say, peat moss as well, which is obviously not good. So the sustainability of our product is really good. We're also exploring recycled bags, which will be made of 40% recycled plastic material, because that's one of the biggest challenges that we have today is the plastic. But within the bag, it's an organic, sustainable product, which we're also certified to be organic, and it's sustainable. We take a husk, which is a waste product, we transform it into something that can be used throughout the world to grow plants on and to reduce the peat moss usage. For example, in the UK, now peat moss is being banned for commercial growers, so they're having to find new sustainable ways of media. So cocoa peat is one of the sustainable products in the world.
Okay. So my next question is, how does Biogrow Substrate collaborate with farmers and growers to ensure a steady and reliable cocoa peat supply?
With the farmers, we have we're trying to take the husk from them at the best rate possible. That depends also from the coconut market, the coconut export market. So once they've taken the husk, and that's to one side, the nut is sometimes the major issue. If the prices go too low on that, then the farmer won't sell or can't sell. So we're trying to buy husks that are a fair price compared to a lot of people. In terms of farmers in India, in the poly houses, we're also giving technical advice on how to use the bag, doing technical visits that we do for free of cost. because it's a big challenge that new technology requires the knowledge on how to use it. So we're also opening very soon, by next year, we're also opening our training center within Bangalore, and we'll be inviting all our clients, agronomists, for free to come down for training and then take that knowledge back to the companies, and so that the knowledge can then be passed on to a lot more people. So we're really putting the effort in within the knowledge sector.
Okay. So Benjamin, towards the ending of this session, and my last question is, what is your message to hydroponic growers?
It's really focus on all details. Everything that we do within the polyhouse matters, from closing a small hole to disinfecting correctly to installing the bags correctly. It really has to matter, and I think we need to take this more seriously, because in a polyhouse we should be even cleaner sometimes than a hospital. The bacteria can come, a virus, and then your crop is lost. So I hope that we can really push to get this knowledge through, and they can then look at the small details better. And then obviously, if we look at everything better, we can then improve our yields and grow more, which is what it's about, and provide food for many more people.
Okay. So thank you, Benjamin, for being with us. It's a nice session and nice talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.